The silent killer's magic spear. The first time I heard the word for it, my grandmother made me repeat it back to her 3 times before she'd let me go outside again. And she told me if I ever found a spear, standing upright in open ground, with no owner in sight, I was to walk backward, the way I came, without ever turning my back on it. And I laughed at her the way any 12-year-old laughs at a warning from an old woman. And I want you to remember that I laughed, because that laugh is the reason I'm telling you this story at all. This happened in the village where I spent every long school holiday as a kid, my mother's home village, a small farming community, a few hours from the nearest real town. The kind of place where everyone's grandparents knew everyone else's grandparents, and the stories didn't need to be written down because they were repeated often enough to stay sharp on their own. And the story about the spear was one that every child in that village learned before they learned to read. They called the figure attached to it many things depending on who was telling it, but the name that stuck, the one my grandmother used, translated loosely to the one who kills without a sound. And the legend went that generations ago, long before anyone alive could remember, a hunter in that region had been given a spear by something that was not a person, found deep in the forest, at the base of a tree that bore fruit no one could identify. And the spear let him kill anything, any animal, any threat, without ever making a sound. No cry from the prey, no snap of a branch, nothing. Perfect silent efficiency. And for a while, the hunter was celebrated as the greatest provider the village had ever known. Food appeared, threats vanished, and then people started noticing that the silence didn't stay contained to the moment of the kill. It started spreading backward and forward in time around him. Conversations near him would go quiet, without anyone deciding to stop talking. Children stopped crying when he entered a room, and eventually, the story goes, the hunter used the spear on a person for the first time. Not out of malice, the story insists, but almost by accident, out of some instinct the spear had trained into him, and that person